You all are welcome to another class of calculus. This is the second class of calculus when I will teach you the integration by method of substitution. There are different methods to integrate a function, but today I will teach you the method of substitution, how we can integrate by method of substitution. Look at here, suppose you have given a function f of t dt. That means you have to integrate a function f of t with respect to t, where t is the variable of integration. Generally we are integrating f of x dx. Here I take f of t dt. That means we have to integrate f of t with respect to t. If I put, suppose I put t is equal to g of x, differentiating both sides, I get dt by dx. Differentiating both sides with respect to x, dt by dx is equal to g dash x, which implies dt is equal to g dash x into dx. So we find integration of f of t with respect to t is equal to integration of f of t is equal to g of x into dt. dt is g dash of x into dx. This is the basic, this is the fundamental where we can express, where we can derive what is the method of substitution. Now look at here, we are integrating f of x with respect to x, or we are integrating f of t with respect to t. Suppose we have given to integrate f of x with respect to x. I want to remind another thing. When x is replaced by another function, then what can we do? Here to integrate f of x with respect to x, but suppose x is replaced by another function g of x, we have to integrate f of g of x. Here to integrate f of x, here to integrate f of g of x, x is replaced by another function g of x. How can we integrate? If x is replaced by another function, recall in derivative, if x is replaced by another function, then we are differentiating with the help of a chain rule. Chain rule was applied when x, the variable, is replaced by another function. Similarly in integration, if x is replaced by another function, then we will apply the method of substitution to integrate that type of function. So when x is replaced by another function, in derivative is chain rule, in integration it is method of substitution. Look at here, if x is replaced by another function, then chain rule is for differentiation, substitution for integration. This method of substitution is a consequence of chain rule. So integration by method of substitution can be applied only when the function x is, the variable is replaced by another function. So if x is replaced by another function, if x is there, I have already discussed in chain rule, if x is there, then for derivative you can apply direct formula. If x is replaced by another function, then apply chain rule. In case of integration, if x is there in its own place, then apply direct formula. But if x is replaced by another function, then you have to apply substitution. Substitution means you have to substitute a variable in place of that function. If you have given to integrate f of g of x, then substitute g of x is equal to t. So for this you have to substitute, put g of x is equal to t. If g of x is equal to t, then g dash x dx, this is dt. So this will be of this form, and integration of f of t dt. So if x is replaced by another function, then you will apply the substitution. Substitution means you have to put a variable in place of that function, and this is the method of substitution. Substitute a variable in that function which replaces x. As we are substituting a new variable, that's why it's a method of substitution. क्या एक्चुअली होता है here, dear students, if you have given to integrate, अगर तुमको दिया गया है कि f of x का इंटीग्रेट करने के लिए, तो you can apply डायरेक्ट फार्मूला अप्लाई कर सकते हो. डेरिवेटिव में भी वही हुआ था। क्या हुआ था, इफ एफ ऑफ एक्स का डेरिवेटिव निकालना है तो डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूला, बट जब एक्स की जगह दूसरा कोई फंक्शन आ जाता है तो हम क्या करते थे, चेन रूल अप्लाई करते थे। डेरिवेटिव में चेन रूल, वही इंटीग्रेशन में सब्स्टिट्यूशन। मतलब कि अगर एक्स की जगह एक्स नहीं है, कोई दूसरा फंक्शन है, लुक एट हियर, सपोज जनरली यू आर इंटीग्रेटिंग एफ ऑफ एक्स बट हियर इज एफ ऑफ जी ऑफ एक्स, दैट मीन्स एक्स की जगह दूसरा फंक्शन जी ऑफ एक्स है। जहाँ दिखोगे एक्स की जगह कोई और फंक्शन है, देन तुमको क्या, जो नया फंक्शन है जो एक्स को रिप्लेस किया, उस फंक्शन को हम सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे ए वेरिएबल टी, देन ये इसी फॉर्म का आ जाएगा, तो इजीली इंटीग्रेबल हो जाएगा, इजीली इंटीग्रेशन हम निकाल सकते। तो क्या हुआ, ये जो नया फंक्शन आया था, ये नया फंक्शन की जगह हम क्या सब्स्टिट्यूट किए, क्या पुट किए, टी। तो इसीलिए क्या होता है कि हम अभी पुट किए जी ऑफ एक्स इक्वल टी, सब्स्टिट्यूट किए, दैट्स व्हाई दिस मेथड इज नोन एज मेथड ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन। एंड अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज व्हाट, लुक एट हियर स्टूडेंट्स, when we are substituting g of x, here is g dash x, that means derivative of g of x is given. So remind, you can substitute a function if its derivative is given. If the derivative of function is not given, then you can't substitute. You can substitute a function only when the derivative is multiplied. That means if you want to substitute g of x, then there must be into g dash x, not 1 by g dash x. So the derivative of that function must be multiplied to which function you want to substitute. Unless and until you get g dash x, the derivative of g of x, with it, then you can't substitute g of x. So क्या होता है कि तुम जिस फंक्शन को सब्स्टिट्यूट करना चाहते हो, अगर तुम g ऑफ x को सब्स्टिट्यूट करना चाहते हो तो देयर मस्ट बी g डैश x, g डैश x का होना ज़रूरी है। अगर एक फंक्शन का डेरिवेटिव इसके पास नहीं है तो वो फंक्शन को सब्स्टिट्यूट नहीं किया जा सकता। सब्स्टिट्यूशन का एक ही मंत्र है, और वो मंत्र है कि तुम जिस फंक्शन को सब्स्टिट्यूट करना चाहते हो, पहले देखो उसका पास इसका डेरिवेटिव है कि नहीं। अगर उसके पास उसके डेरिवेटिव है तो यू कैन सब्स्टिट्यूट। ओनली थिंग यू कैन सब्स्टिट्यूट ओनली व्हेन द डेरिवेटिव ऑफ दैट फंक्शन इज गिवन। सब स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्म, सपोज यू हैव टू इंटीग्रेट एफ ऑफ ए एक्स प्लस बी डी एक्स। जनरल वी आर इंटीग्रेटिंग एफ ऑफ एक्स डी एक्स, बट हियर इज गिवन एफ ऑफ एक्स डी एक्स। क्या होता है कि हम इंटीग्रेट करते हैं एफ ऑफ एक्स डी एक्स का, बट हियर क्या दिया गया है, एफ ऑफ ए एक्स प्लस बी, दैट मीन्स एक्स इज रिप्लेस्ड बाय ए एक्स प्लस बी। एक्स को किसने रिप्लेस किया, ए एक्स प्लस बी। दिस इज द न्यू फंक्शन, दिस इज द न्यू फंक्शन व्हिच रिप्लेसेस एक्स, एंड आई हैव ऑलरेडी सेड if x is replaced by another function, then you have to substitute that function. So look at here, we have to substitute ax plus b, because ax plus b रिप्लेस किया है x, x की जगह ax plus b है, तो हम सब्स्टिट्यूट किसके जगह करेंगे, ax plus b। कैसे, लुक एट हियर, पुट ax plus b इज इक्वल टू t, तो हम ax plus b को t सब्स्टिट्यूट किए, वी सब्स्टिट्यूट ax plus b इज इक्वल टू t। आफ्टर सब्स्टिट्यूशन वी हैव टू डिफरेंशिएट बोथ साइड and to find the value of dx. The main trick of substitution is substitute that function which is replaced by x. The main trick of substitution is substitute that function which replaces x. After substitution, differentiate both sides. After differentiating, find the value of dx. These three things: substitute, differentiate, find dx. सब्स्टिट्यूट का महामंत्र क्या है, सब्स्टिट्यूट का महामंत्र है जो फंक्शन x को रिप्लेस किया, x की जगह जो नया फंक्शन आया उसको सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दो। सब्स्टिट्यूट करने के बाद डिफरेंशिएट बोथ साइड डिफरेंशिएट कर दो, और डिफरेंशिएट करने के बाद dx का वैल्यू निकाल दो। वही 3, सब्स्टिट्यूट करो, डिफरेंशिएट करो और dx का वैल्यू निकालो, तब हो गया। तो लुक एट हियर, सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दिए, इसके बाद डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे। नाउ वी हैव सब्स्टिट्यूटेड, वी हैव टू डिफरेंशिएट, डिफरेंशिएटिंग बोथ साइड वी गेट d by dx of ax plus b is equal to dt, and derivative of ax plus b is a into derivative of x is dx is equal to dt. b का derivative of b is 0, which implies dx is equal to dt by a. I have already said substitute, differentiate, find dx. Then so why we find dx? Now after substitution, come to the main problem. Here is integration of f of ax plus b is t and dx, we have already find the value of dx. Dx is dt by a, and this a is constant 1 by a into integration of f of t dt. So this can easily be integrated because we know how to integrate a function. So this is the method of substitution. So now we want to solve some problem by the method of substitution. Now is to integrate ax plus b to the power n dx. Now clearly here we can apply x to the power n. This is in form of x to the power n. ये कौन सा फॉर्म है? x to the power n, but x की जगह x नहीं है, ax plus b है. This is in form of x to the power n, but x is replaced by ax plus b. So if x is replaced by ax plus b, then we have to substitute ax plus b. So now put ax plus b is equal to t, and after substitution differentiate both sides, find dx. So dx is equal to dt by, and now we get ax plus b is equal to t. This is t to the power n into dx. Dx is dt by a. This is equal to 1 by a into integration of t to the power n dt. 1 by a, this is x to the power n dx, and is this t to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c, and which is equal to 1 by a into t. T is ax plus b. Ax plus b to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c is the answer. Trick. This is the important tool which is used to integrate easily. So without this trick, without this tool, we can't integrate a function easily. So this is the important tool in integration. If you are able to apply the method of substitution, then you can easily solve all the problems of integration. Now another question is the integration of 1 upon ax plus b dx, and here is this in this this question is of the form 1 by x dx, but x is replaced by x plus b. If x is replaced by x plus b, then we have to substitute x plus b. So put ax plus b is equal to t. ये जो फंक्शन 1 बाई एक्स प्लस बी, ये 1 बाई एक्स की फॉर्म में है, बट एक्स की जगह एक्स नहीं, एक्स प्लस बी है. अगर एक्स की जगह कोई दूसरा फंक्शन है तो हमको सब्स्टिट्यूट करना पड़ेगा. सो पुट एक्स प्लस बी इक्वल टू टी. आफ्टर सब्स्टिट्यूशन डिफरेंशिएट, देन फाइंड dx. सो the main problem is now 1 by ax plus b is t, and dx is dt by a, which is equal to 1 by a into integration of 1 by t dt. 1 by a, the integration of 1 by t is ln t plus c, and this is 1 by a into ln t is ax plus b plus c. Look at here, integration of 1 by x is ln x, but integration of 1 by x plus b is ln x plus b, and we divide derivative of x plus b is a. In case of derivative क्या होता है कि we are multiplying. In case of derivative, when we apply chain rule, we multiply the derivative of the new function, but here the derivative of that function is divided. We have divided the derivative of that function, which is substituted. If a function, suppose a function g of x replaces x, then in case of derivative you have to multiply the derivative of g of x, but in case of integration you have to divide the derivative of g of x. In derivative, multiply derivative of g of x. In integration, divide the derivative of g of x, because they are inverse to each other. We have another formula, sec square x dx, and the integration of sec square x dx is tan x, but here is sec square ax plus b. Sec square ax plus b, but sec square ax plus b is here, and this is in form of sec square x, but ax is replaced by ax plus b. If ax is replaced by ax plus b, then you have to substitute ax plus b, and after substitution ax plus b is equal to t. I have already said substitute, differentiate, find dx. These are the 3 steps, and dx is equal to dt by a. And now the question is sec square ax plus b is t. This is dt by a, and 1 by a integration of sec square is tan t plus c. This is 1 by a into tan t is ax plus b plus c. So by this you can replace x by x plus b in all the standard formulas what we have discussed in the first section. इन फर्स्ट सेक्शन में हम जितना सारा फॉर्मूलेस लिए थे, हर फार्मूला में आप x की जगह x प्लस बी ले लो और अप्लाई डी एक्स, अप्लाई द सब्स्टिट्यूशन मेथड. Now take ax plus b in place of x in all the formulas and apply the method of substitution like this. Are two important situation in mathematics where we can apply the method of substitution. Remind, method of substitution can be applied only when you can substitute a function if and only if the derivative of that function is given. Unless and otherwise you have the derivative of a function is given, you can't substitute. So these are the two situations, these are the two types of problems where you can substitute, where you can apply the method of substitution. ये दो सिचुएशन ऐसा है, ये दो फॉर्म में अगर प्रॉब्लम रहेंगे तो तुम सब्स्टिट्यूट अप्लाई कर सकते हो. सब्स्टिट्यूट अप्लाई करने के लिए, मेथड ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन के लिए जरूरी है कि जो फंक्शन को तुम सब्स्टिट्यूट करना चाहते हो वो फंक्शन का डेरिवेटिव उसके पास रहना जरूरी है. अदरवाइज यू कैंट अप्लाई मेथड ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन. लुक एट हियर, one form is integration of f of x to the power n into f dash x dx, and here is f dash x by f of x dx. So look at here, f of x is the function and the derivative is f dash x. Then the derivative of f of x is given, so we can substitute. Here is also f of x is here and the derivative of f of x is f dash x. So as the derivative of f of x is given, then you can substitute f of x. So in both cases, put f of x is equal to t. Differentiating both sides, we get d by dx of f of x is equal to dt, and this is f dash x dx is equal to dt. So this is for both. Now here what happens, f of x, we take f of x is equal to t to the power n into f dash x dx is dt. So this is x to the power n dx. Now is t to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c, and t is f of x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. Special case is if n is equal to 1. If n is equal to 1, that means this is in form of f of x into f dash x dx. Then the integration is, look at here, if the power is n, then the integration is f of x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. If we take n is equal to 1, now this is f of x, this is in this form. Now the integration will be n is equal to 1, that means this is f of x to the power 1 plus 1 is 2 by 1 plus 1 2 plus c. So dear students, very important form is this. Integration of a function with its derivative. Integration of a function into its derivative is the square of the function by 2 plus c. And another form is here, f dash x by f of x dx. Same substitution is here. What happens? We have f dash x dx is dt, f dash x dx is dt, and this is 1 by f of x is t. So 1 by t dt, the integration of 1 by t is ln t plus c, which is equal to ln t is equal to f of x plus c. Very important thing is here, the integration of a derivative by function. Integration of derivative by function. Integration of a derivative of a function by the function is ln that function, log f of x plus c. So डेरिवेटिव बाय फंक्शन का इंटीग्रेशन कितना है? डेरिवेटिव बाय फंक्शन का इंटीग्रेशन लॉग फंक्शन प्लस सी. अगर ऊपर डेरिवेटिव रहेगा नीचे फंक्शन रहेगा. डेरिवेटिव बाय फंक्शन एफ डैश बाय एफ का इंटीग्रेशन क्या है? लॉग एफ ऑफ एक्स. इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ट्रिक. नाउ बाय दिस फॉर्मूला वी विल डिराइव द integration of tan x, cot x, sec x and cosec x. Now look at here, integration of tan x and integration of tan x, which is equal to this tan x can be written as sin x by cos x, and this is equal to integration of, I multiply minus 1 divide minus 1, this sin x is minus of minus sin x by cos x dx, which is equal to negative of, look at here, cos x is the function and derivative is minus sin x. If cos x is function, derivative is minus sin x. cos x का डेरिवेटिव माइनस साइन एक्स है कि नहीं? तो नीचे फंक्शन है, ऊपर डेरिवेटिव है. सो दिस इज इन फॉर्म ऑफ डेरिवेटिव बाय फंक्शन, एंड डेरिवेटिव बाय फंक्शन का integration of derivative function is log function. So derivative function, the integration of a derivative function is log function. So this is minus log cos x plus c. We can write it as log, and here is -1, and this can be 1 by cos x plus c, and this is ln sec x plus c. So integration of tan x is ln sec x plus c. Another one is the integration of cot x, which is equal to integration of cot x can be written as cos x by sin x. Look at here, if sin x is a function, then derivative is cos x. So this is in form of a derivative by function, and the integration of a derivative function is a log function. That means this is a log sin x plus c. This is log sin x plus c. So integration of tan x is ln sec x, and integration of cot x is ln sin x plus c. Now it's integration of sec x and is equal to multiply sec plus tan divide sec plus tan. Now integration of sec into sec is sec square plus sec into tan divided by sec plus tan. Now look at here, if this is the function, then the derivative of this is sec square x plus sec x into tan x. How? Derivative of sec x is sec x plus tan x, plus derivative of tan x is sec square x. So this is in form of derivative by function, and the integration of a derivative by function is log function. So this is log sec x plus tan x plus c, which is the integration of sec x. Similarly, you can find the integration of cosec x is ln cosec x minus cot x plus c, or this is also ln tan x by 2 plus c. That means here you for sec x you multiply sec plus tan divide sec plus tan, but in case of cosec x you have to multiply cosec minus cot divide cosec minus cot, and this can be evaluated. So these are the important formulas which are evaluated by the application of method of substitution. मेथड ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन अप्लाई करके हम क्या करें कि tan cot sec cosec चार जो था ट्रिगोनोमेट्री फंक्शंस उसका इंटीग्रेशन निकाल. Now integration of cos mx dx. Now this is here in the form of cos x dx, but x is replaced by mx. So you have to put mx is equal to t. Substitution किसको दिया जाता है? x की जगह जो फंक्शन होता है. So this is in the form of cos x. ये फंक्शन cos x की फॉर्म में है, but x की जगह क्या है? mx. So you have to apply. You have to substitute mx is equal to t. So put mx is equal to t. After substitution, differentiate both sides. That means derivative of mx is equal to derivative of t is dt by dx, which implies this is m, and m into derivative of x is 1, and this is dt by dx, which implies dx is equal to dt by m. So put here. Now we find integration of a cos mx is t and is dt by m, which is equal to 1 by m into integration of cos t dt, which is equal to 1 by m into integration of a cos t is sin t plus c, and is equal to 1 by m into sin t. T is mx, so is sin mx plus c. Another question is the integration of log x square by x dx. This is in form of x square, but x is replaced by log x. So you have to put here a log x is equal to t. But I have said one thing. If you want to substitute a function, then the derivative of that function must be given. Here you want to substitute log x. The derivative of log x is 1 by x. Log x का derivative 1 by x. उसके पास होना जरूरी है कि नहीं? Here look at log x का derivative 1 by x. So 1 by x is here. So you can substitute as the derivative of log x is given. Then you can substitute log x. Put log x is equal to t. Differentiating both sides, d by dx of log x is dt by dx, which implies derivative of log x is 1 by x is equal to 1 by x. Multiplying dx is here is dt. So we find 1 by x dx is equal to dt. Now look at here. This is log x is t square into dx by x. Dx by x is dt. So this is here in form of x square dx. Integration of x square dx is x cube by 3. So this is t cube by 3 plus c, which is equal to t is log x. This is square of log x by cube of log x by 3 plus c. Third question is integration of e to the power tan inverse x by 1 plus x square dx. So this is in form of e to the power x, but here x is replaced by tan inverse x. We can substitute tan inverse x, but if you want to substitute tan inverse x, then the derivative of tan inverse x must be given. But derivative of tan inverse x is 1 by 1 plus x square is given here. So put tan inverse x is equal to t. Derivative of tan inverse x is 1 by 1 plus x square, and is derivative of t is dt by dx. This implies dx by 1 plus x square is equal to dt. Substituting here, we get e to the power tan inverse x is t into dx by 1 plus x square, which is dt. So this is e to the power t plus c, and is e to the power tan inverse x plus c is the integration. Another function is here sec square root x by root x dx. This is in form of sec square x, but x is replaced by root x. So we have to substitute root x. But another thing is, if you want to substitute root x, then the derivative of root x must be given. But I have already said derivative of root x is 1 by 2 root x. Here ये sec square root x, sec square x की फॉर्म में है, but x की जगह x नहीं है, root x है. So we have to substitute root x. Now put root x is equal to t. Derivative of root x is 1 by 2 root x is equal to dt by dx, which implies I am writing here dx को multiply कर दिए, multiply here dx by root x is equal to 2 is multiplied here 2 dt. Why I adjust this? Look at here, this is sec square root x is t, and into dx by root x is 2 dt. 2 is a constant taken outside. This is take sec square t into dt. 2 into integration of sec square t is tan t plus c. 2 into tan t is root x plus c. Look at here, it is given the integration of 1 upon root over of 1 minus square of x minus 1 dx. Actually, this is in form of 1 by root over of 1 minus x square, which is the derivative of sine inverse x. That means the integration of 1 by root over 1 minus x square is sine inverse x. This is actually 1 minus x square, but x is replaced by x minus 1. ये 1 by 1 minus x, 1 by root over 1 minus x square form है, but x is replaced by x minus 1. So put here x minus 1 is equal to t. Differentiating both sides with respect to x, the derivative of x is 1, derivative 1 is 0, and dt by dx, which implies dx is equal to dt. And substitute here. Another question is integration of 1 by x upon 1 plus square of ln x dx. So this is actually 1 plus x square, but x is replaced by ln x. So we can substitute here ln x is equal to t. Differentiating both sides, derivative ln x is 1 by x into dx is equal to dt. Now substitute here 1 by 1 plus, this is ln x is t square into dx by x. Dx by x, look at here, dx by x is dt, and this is 1 by 1 plus t square, means the integration is tan inverse t plus c, and this is tan inverse t is equal to ln x plus c. This is one form. I write here as P Tech after my name, Pradip's technique. Why I write it in this form? This Pradip's technique or P Tech is this form. And by applying this third form, this is a single form, but this single form can help you to solve thousands of problems. Thousands of problems you can solve by this simple trick, simple technique. Look at here. Now we are facing this type of problems in many times. In numerator you may sin cos, or in denominator you may sin cos. Sin by cos, or cos by sin, or cos by cos. These are four forms. Now in case of theta, sin theta, in case of theta, what happens? In numerator it is single, and denominator is x plus alpha is two terms. That means I am dividing this, the numerator is suppose x plus alpha or x minus alpha, but the denominator is a single term x. Or The numerator is with single term x, but the denominator is with x plus alpha or x minus alpha. The numerator which is with x plus alpha, the denominator is with x minus alpha. The numerator is x minus alpha, the denominator is x plus alpha. So these are the different forms. If you analyze this, if you take the combination of these forms, then thousands of problems are included here within this speed tech. So how can we solve? So look at here. If you have this form, that means numerator consists of two terms and the denominator consists of single term. अगर न्यूमरेटर में दो टर्म्स है और टू टर्म्स है और डिनोमिनेटर वन टर्म है, उस समय क्या करोगे? सिंपली अप्लाई फॉर्मूला फॉर ए प्लस बी और माइनस बी. दैट मीन्स साइन ए प्लस बी और साइन ए माइनस बी, कॉस ए प्लस बी और कॉस ए माइनस बी, एंड एक्सपांड. Simply apply this form and then expand, you can solve it. Come to second form. If numerator is of single term but denominator is consisting of two terms, then you have to substitute x plus minus alpha is equal to t. If it is x plus alpha, put t. If it is x minus alpha, then it's t. Third term is, look at here, numerator and denominator both consist of two terms each. यहाँ two terms है. If the numerator and denominator both consist of two terms, then you have to substitute the denominator as t. अगर न्यूमरेटर डिनोमिनेटर बोथ टू टर्म्स में है, अगर न्यूमरेटर डिनोमिनेटर दोनों में टू टर्म्स है, तो यू हैव टू सब्स्टिट्यूट द डिनोमिनेटर. उसी समय क्या करेंगे? डिनोमिनेटर को टी सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे. सो दिस इज द ट्रिक व्हिच विल हेल्प यू टू सॉल्व थाउजेंड्स ऑफ प्रॉब्लम एंड इट इज नोन एज पीटेक. आफ्टर माय नेम इज प्रदीप टेक्निक. दिस इज वन फॉर्म वेयर sin may be sin cos or cos sin, whatever it may be, but you have to look what is the form of theta. Now in साइन बाय साइन हो या साइन बाय कॉस, कॉस बाय साइन, कुछ भी हो, तुमको दिखना है थीटा कैसा फॉर्म है. हियर न्यूमरेटर कंसिस्ट ऑफ सिंगल टर्म बट द डिनोमिनेटर कंसिस्ट ऑफ टू टर्म्स. दैट मीन्स इफ न्यूमरेटर कंसिस्ट ऑफ टू टर्म्स, एक्सपांड साइन ए प्लस बी और साइन माइनस बी एज इफ द फॉर्मूला. बट व्हेन द डिनोमिनेटर कंसिस्ट ऑफ टू टर्म्स, you have to substitute. So put x plus alpha is equal to t, which implies differentiating derivative of x is 1, the alpha is constant is 0, is dt by dx, which implies dx is equal to dt. Now look at here, this is sin x. Here x is equal to t minus alpha. So this is t minus alpha by sin x plus alpha is t, dx is dt. So this comes to another form where the numerator consists of two terms, and if the numerator consists of two terms and you have to expand it as the formula for a plus b or a minus b. जहाँ दिखोगे न्यूमरेटर में टू टर्म्स से you have to expand करेंगे, एक्सपांड कर देने से हो जाएगा. सो ये यही फॉर्म है. सो नाउ एक्सपांड इज साइन ए माइनस बी साइन टी कॉस अल्फा माइनस कॉस टी साइन अल्फा divided by sin t dt, which is equal to integration of divide sin t by sin t is cos alpha here, minus here is cos t by sin t is cot t into sin alpha dt. So apply the subtraction formula, integration of cos alpha into dt minus integration of cot t into sin alpha dt. Cos alpha is constant taken outside, integration of dt is t minus sin alpha is constant here, integration of cot t is ln sin t plus c. Put the value of t, which is x plus alpha. Put t is equal to x plus alpha and get the answer. So this is the easiest way to solve this type of problems.